The first shopping experience in February of 2025. Went to all the websites that I shop at, Lidl's, Walmart, Kroger, Aldi's, and Food Lion. See who had protein on sale. I was showing that Food Lion had bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs for 99 cents a pound. So I went straight to Food Lion and checked it out. They didn't have chicken thighs on sale. They had whole chickens on sale for 99 cents a pound, but they didn't have thighs. I realized I was still in North Carolina looking at their Food Lion and not my Food Lion. Once I went to my Food Lion, there are no chicken thighs on sale. They had whole chickens. So I picked up 4 whole chickens, and I am going to turn the thighs into boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm going to turn the breast into boneless, skinless chicken breast. Drumsticks I'm going to leave intact, and the wings we always separate and keep in a separate bag for the nights that the husband and I want wings. But let me tell you how much I spent. Now, these were bigger than they had them at Lidl's a couple weeks ago. This one is 4.4 pounds. Regular price was $6.56. On sale for $4.36. That's a savings of $2.20. This one was 4.93 pounds, $1.49 a pound. That's $7.35. We paid $4.88. That's a savings of $2.47. The third one is 5.67 pounds at $1.49 a pound. That's $8.45. We paid $5.61 for a savings of $2.84. And the last one was 6.01 pounds at $1.49 a pound. That's $8.95. We paid $5.95 for a savings of $3. I do have to pay taxes in my area, so we spent $21.01. Our savings on 4 whole chickens was $10.51. So we basically got 1/3 of our chickens for free. I'm going to go ahead and process this, get them in the freezer. Like I said, we're doing all boneless, skinless thighs, all boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Wings will go separate and the drumsticks will go separate. We save our wing tips and our backbone for future stock. So what did we get with our $20 in 4 whole chickens? Went ahead and deboned and de-skinned all the chicken breast and all the chicken thighs. And the chicken breast, I cut them in half. So from each chickens, I get 4 pieces. So we have 4 pieces in each of these bags. And we have 4 bags of chicken breast of 4 pieces each. The chicken thighs, I left them as 1 whole thigh. Each bag has 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. We have 2. The drumsticks, I have 4 in one bag, 4 in another bag. So that gave us 2 bags of 4 drumsticks. All the chicken tenders are in here. So it's 8 chicken tenders. And then all the wings. We remove the wing tips. The other ones we cut in half, so we have the wing in pieces. So we have 16 wings. So we have 4 packs of chicken breast, 2 packs of chicken thighs, 1 pack of chicken tenders, 2 packs of chicken drumsticks, 1 pack of chicken wings. We have 10 meals from 4 chickens that we spent $20.01. Each one of these bags represent $2. So our protein for 10 meals is $2 per meal. Not bad. We have all the breast bones, the chicken backs, the leg bones from the thighs, and the wing tips in here. This is their chicken scrap bag. It's going to go in the freezer, and the next time we need to make stock, I'm going to take this, put it in the oven, roast it. I've never done that before, but a lot of you have suggested to roast the raw bones before I make the stock. I'm going to do that next time. So this bag represents free food because it's stuff that you don't eat, you won't use in any other manner except to make chicken stock. So when we make chicken stock, other than the cost is for the electricity to run the countertop roaster and the gas it takes to can the chicken broth, this is free food. So all this is going in the freezer, and we have 10 more meals to add to our food security that we keep in the freezer. So that is our first grocery haul of February. Can't wait to bring you back and see what else we can get this month. So the third week of February had a really good sale at Food Lion. I'm going to show you what we have. So I told you on the last part of this video that I was actually at the Food Lion in North Carolina, and they had chicken thighs on sale, but ours had whole chickens. Well, this time, the third week, they have chicken thighs on sale. So they're regular priced $1.89 a pound, and that's bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. I picked up 4 of the big packages, and I ended up with 8 servings of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I went ahead and just did the whole thing. 6 of these have 4 pieces. 2 of them actually have 5 pieces. I didn't label it. It's just going to be mystery when we open it. At a price of 99 cents a pound. We bought 4 packages of bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. We paid $19.47. If we did not get those on sale, we would have paid $37.35. That is a savings of $17.88. Plus, I kept all the bones. We can turn this into stock. So that's about $2.23 a meal for protein. That's not bad, family. I am going to leave one of these out for dinner. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to leave it out. The rest of them's going to go in the freezer. And the other thing they had was their pork butt. I do want to make some more sausages. We make our own homemade breakfast sausage using pork butts when we can find them on sale. So I got 2 of those. Regular price was $2.29. We got it for 99 cents. One is 7.92 pounds. Regular price $18.14. We paid $7.84. The other one is 8.98 pounds, which was $20.56. We paid $8.89. We paid $16.73 for 2 pork butts. At regular price, it would have been $38.70. Our savings was $21.97. So between the chicken and the pork butt, our saving was $39.85. I did want to go ahead and process this so I can go ahead and make pork sausage today. The other thing I got, and this was not on sale, is this Amish Country Roll Butter. It's a 2-pound butter roll. And I like to go ahead and cut this up into 4 pieces, so roughly about 8 ounces each. Wrap them up in parchment paper, and I put them in a Ziploc bag. That way I can have ready to go butter in the freezer. Butter freezes and thaws beautiful. Let me go ahead and put my chicken in the freezer. Finish dealing with the butter. I've already done 2. I still need to do 1. Then I'm going to start working on this pork to make sausage. I cut it in half, and then I cut it into quarters. So the 2-pound roll of butter was $11.99 each. I went ahead and picked up 3 of those. 2 I've already cut and divided and wrapped up before you got here. And we just did the 3rd one. Plus, while I was going through the freezer to get some things out, I did find 1 of my butters in there. So I put that in here. And before I bought this, I had taken some heavy cream out of the freezer and I made butter. So I have that butter in here also. So we have the 12 plus the 1 I found plus the 1 I made. We have 14 8 ounces of butter right here. And the butter for 3 was $34.97. Comes up to about $6 a pound. I know there is cheaper butters out there, but I like a good quality butter when I'm cooking. Just like my olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. My fats have to be a good quality fat. And I like this. The ingredients is pasteurized cream, salt. That's it. And that's exactly what we use in ours. We don't use pasteurized cream. We make it with raw milk cream. But it's simple ingredients, and that's what I like. So this will go into the freezer until I need butter. And now I'm just going to go ahead and start chopping up this pork butt roast so I can get it seasoned and get it in the freezer. Now, if you're looking for a video on how I make homemade sausage using pork butts that we find on sale, I'll leave a link right there, plus in the description below on how easy it is to make pork breakfast sausage. And it doesn't have to be breakfast sausage. You can make Italian sausage using Italian ingredients. You can make a taco style sausage using taco ingredients. You can add cheese. When you have a piece of bulk meat, such as this pork butt roast, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. I'm enjoying making breakfast sausage. That's what I'm going to make. So let me get all this cubed up, get my sausage made, and then I'll bring you right back and talk about how many pounds, because it's saying I have almost 17 pounds, but some of this is fat, some of this will get trimmed away. But I'll tell you how many pounds I have once we're ready to move on and wrap them up. I have all that pork cut up into cubes, seasoned. Down below it's going to be the recipe formula if you do want to give this a try. I had it sitting in the freezer for about an hour because I did have to cook dinner last night, but that's okay. I took it out of the freezer for about 30 minutes so I can thaw just a bit, because you want it frozen to you can still push on it, but it doesn't give too much. So you do want to have a little bit of slightly frozen. Put it through the grinder, got it all ground up, did the whole hand mixing. Was too much for me, so I ended up using the stand mixer. But we ended up with 27 half-pound measures of breakfast sausage. And I have these in the freezer. I have 3 bags. 2 of them have 8, and 1 has 6. I think that's right. But we got them all right here. I don't need to make breakfast sausage for a while. I don't count the cost of my herbs and spices because I buy it in bulk. I get it from Azure Standard, somewhere between 1/4 of a pound to a pound. So when I needed sage, it's literally just tablespoons. It's not that much. The most expensive thing other than buying the beef was maple syrup, because I did have to use 1.5 cups of maple syrup, and I buy the good maple syrup from Azure Standard, which took a lot considering I only had 3 cups left and I had to put half of that in here. I do need to get maple syrup on my next order. But I'm going to tell you the savings for the pork sausage. So I told you we spent 99 cents a pound for that pork butt. Regular price was $2.29. For 2 of those pork butts, we spent $16.73. We got 27 half-pound portions, because that's what I use when I cook the husband and I breakfast. So each one of these half-pound parchment paper wrapped pork breakfast sausage cost me 62 cents. If you want to add the cost of the herbs and spices, and if you want to add the cost of the maple syrup, it will raise it up just a bit. But it's literally just going to be pennies. And a pound is $1.23. Pork sausage in the grocery store is over $3.50. I am going to put a picture right here showing you the ingredient list on that sausage. There are some things that are questionable, in my opinion. I don't think as humans we should be consuming high fructose corn syrup. Do your own research, because I did. Figure out whether that is good for you or it's okay. That is your opinion. That's okay. I understand that. But when they put high fructose corn syrup in everything, I have a problem with that. Then they have this thing called natural flavoring. I've told you this before. Natural flavoring is an umbrella that manufacturers can use. They just cover all the ingredients with that umbrella. You don't know what's in there. As long as the first ingredient under this umbrella is from nature, they can put whatever they want in there. But I don't know about you, but dirt, grass, feces, cyanide, all those things are natural ingredients. But when they have to put an umbrella over it so you can't see what they're using, natural ingredients doesn't mean anything. It could be 100 to 1,000 to 1,000,000 different ingredients in there. But as long as that first ingredient is from nature, they could do whatever they want. And when they're hiding something from us, and they're hiding that ingredient list under that protection of an umbrella, I have a problem. This morning I made us some French toast with some sausage, and I used this sausage. This one is actually better than the last 2 we've made sausage. It's like every time I make it, even though I'm using the same formula on the spices and herbs that go in it, it just tastes different. I don't understand why. So between the chicken and the pork butt that we got sausage from, we spent, I'm not counting the butter, because butter is something that I use pretty often, and it wasn't on sale. And I don't use butter every meal, so I really can't count that as a meal. So between the pork butt and the chickens we got, we spent $36.20. We ended up with 8 meals for chicken, and we've got 27 meals of pork. So my cost per meal is $1.03. It was $2.44 per meal for the chicken, 62 cents per meal for the pork. Combined, it's $1.03 per meal for protein this week. If I would have bought 13 and a half, so you might as well say 14 pounds of sausage in order to be able to divide it and have it in my freezer, that would have cost me $47.25. We spent $16.73. Our savings by doing it ourselves was $30.47. It takes time to do the things. Cut up that beef, put the herbs and spices, freeze it, grind it, shape it into the portions we needed. That takes time. But I just paid myself $30.47 by doing it myself. And as for the chicken, if I would have bought the boneless, skinless chicken breast and the boneless, skinless chicken thighs in the pounds that we bought at $3.99 a pound, it would have been $78.84. We spent $19.57. We saved $59.27 on chicken. Not only did we get it on sale, we processed it ourselves. We saved money by getting it on sale and doing it ourselves. Between buying the pork butt and the whole chickens, we spent $36.20. By making sausage ourselves and processing those chickens, we saved $89.74. Now you can go and get a part-time job, a full-time job, or anything that will make the money so you can buy the things and pay someone else to do it. Or you watch out for the sales, you learn how to process it yourself and pay yourself. Almost $90 we saved by doing it ourselves. It takes time. It's work. I totally understand that. But we have a choice. We can either spend the money to make time. So I could have spent that whole $80-some and bought it already processed. And I would have had time on my hands that I didn't have to do the things. Or I can spend the time and make the money. So I spent the time cutting up that chicken. I spent the time to cut up that pork butt, make sausage, shape it into half-pound patties to put in my freezer. But I got the money. Those are your choices. Spend the money to make time, or spend the time to make money. We have 1 week left of February. We'll check the sales. That's in 2 days. We'll start checking the sales because I had to go into my freezer to get a few things out, and I realized I only have 2 pounds of hamburger in there. I do have a couple pounds of ground turkey, but I only have 2 pounds of ground beef. And I want to get some more soon. And while I was in the freezer, I went ahead and took all of my chicken scraps. I have some cooked chicken carcasses, a lot of raw chicken carcasses, and some vegetable scraps out of the freezer. I have it sitting in the refrigerator. I need the raw ones to thaw just a bit so I can roast those before I make chicken stock. We're going to be doing that hopefully by next weekend. We'll see if they thaw out in time. So I'll see you before next week to let you know if we find any more sales. The last week of February, nobody had any sales that I needed. I did see Lidl's had whole chicken for 99 cents a pound, but we don't need any more chicken. We don't need any more chicken. So how much did I spend this month? So for all the chickens that we bought, the pork we bought to make sausage, and we bought some butter, we spent a total of $72.43. So we got all those chickens, we got those 2 pork butts, made 27 half pounds of pork sausage, got those in the freezer. I did share 1 gallon size Ziploc bag, and I think it had 8 portions of pork sausage in that. I sent that with the husband when he went to North Carolina to visit the kids over the weekend. We have the rest. We've used a couple of them already. The first visit, we got chickens. We bought 4 whole chickens. We spent $21.01. The second time we went to the grocery store, we bought 4 whole chickens and 2 Boston butts. And we got 3 2-pounds of butter, divided those and put them in the freezer. We spent $92.44. I asked y'all last month, were y'all interested in knowing what the husband spent? Now the husband does the Walmart shopping. That is the water. He buys the case of water, 2 or 3 of those at a time. He buys the cat food for Morty. He buys all of his bathroom essentials. And if I need anything, he'll pick that up for me. He will pick up Ziploc bags if I need it. I know this last time I did need pint-sized Ziploc bags. He picked me up a pack of those. He buys the toilet paper, the paper towels, and the tissues. He buys his bread that he needs for lunch. He buys his luncheon meat. He buys more snacks than I do. Well, he buys all the snacks. Anything that he needs for his lunches, he purchased that. And he spent a total of $261.13. That's between Walmart and when he goes to Food Lion to get this and that. So I spent $92.44. He spent $262.14. So that's a total of $354.57. Now, I do participate in a herd share with a local farm where I get a gallon of milk. And I love this milk because it comes with a cream cap. And that's heavy cream I put in the freezer to make Alfredo, to make whipped cream, to make butter, all the things that you can do with heavy cream. And that costs me $50 a month. Doesn't matter if there's only 4 weeks or 5 weeks in that month, it's still $50. I am scheduled to pick up my milk every Friday. Sometimes there's 4 Fridays, sometimes there's 5 Fridays. But either way, it's the same price, $50 a month. Plus, I get a dozen of eggs from her also every week, $6 a dozen. And I have to pay those weekly. I pay it all at once, but depending on how many weeks are in a month. So sometimes there's 4, sometimes it's 5. So my eggs are either $24 or $30. February had 4 weeks, so that's $24. So for everything we buy groceries, non-grocery items, cat food, my milk share, eggs I get every week. Our total grocery store purchases for the month of February was $428.57. So counting the protein we got on sale, my milk, and my eggs, I spent $166.44. The husband spent $262.13. But he buys all of the paper products we need in this house, all the bathroom products we need in this house, Morty's food, his things he needs to get for his lunches. So it's not bad. We don't have a budget of what we spend a month. I probably should look into that, but we don't. We buy what we need when we need it. So if you don't mind, leave a comment below and let me know, do you have a budget that you stick to in a month, in a week, 3 months? And do you stick to it? And if you do have a budget, what is your budget and how many people are in your family? Curious. So I hope you enjoyed my February grocery haul recap. Can't wait to see you on the next video. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, family.